pagka matay ni Ninoy Aquino noong 1983, people have started na makonvince na indeed may problema ang bansa politically. So, some of the officers at that time would like and talk with the president on this matter. Lalo't lalo na noong nabanggit na magkakaroon daw ng election. Officers from the Department of National Defense, headed then by Colonel Gringo Hunasan, were allowed to go to Mindanao, visit camps, and talk with other officers purposely to have a clean and honest election.
So, 83 to sir, 83.
Na 83, 84 na. 83, 84. So this was 83, 84. The election, I think, happened mga 86 ang election. So before the elections, nakaikot na sila, nakausap na nila yung mga ibang official, and it was formed yung grupo, and they call it the Reform the Armed Forces Movement.
For the record sir, 84 na form.
Sinimulang i-form,
Okay sir.
but we do not know the exact date, not unless with the history of the RAM, kung kailan talaga yung formality niya. Kasi RAM only came out talaga nung matapos na yung revolution eh. Pagdating ng mga 1985, the Presidential Security Group started to train their people. So, saan sila nagte-train? It was in Tanay Province. I was the training officer, o one of the training officer at the Tanay then, sa Scout Ranger Training Center. At pinasok nila doon ang more or less 14 companies ng Presidential Security Group para mag-undergo ng training. However, medyo naobserbahan namin yung mga tao nila.
Nila sir,
The PSG, no?
PSG.
The people from the PSG is not so much in the training. They are not serious in the training. Maybe because they have been staying so long sa Malacanang o a comfort zone nila. Kaya pa-easy-easy lang sila sa training. And we are just simply observing them, requiring them na i-undergo nila. At doon nga, napansin namin na malaki na ang deterioration ng performance ng mga PSG. Pagpasok ngayon ng time ng 1986, no, the early part of 1986 election, then all the while may scheduled na the normal marathon ng mga Cavaliers. So mag-a-assemble sila sa Krame. Yun na pala yung start ng movement na magre-resign si General Ramos and Secretary Enrile.
At that time sir, ano kayo?
At that time, I'm part of the training directorate. I brought with me students ng Scout Ranger Class 78 to participate dun sa marathon. But since nagkaroon na nga ng call na resignation, so we move back to the headquarters. At yung estudyanteng dala ko na magmamarathon sana, we're just tasked to secure the house of the then regimental commander and at the same time J3 General Romeo Browner. So kung matatandaan natin, ilang araw din nagkaroon ng hold ang people from Malacanang at so with the people from the Camp Crame. We in the Scout Ranger at that time were caught in called that dilemma dahil nga unang-una ang boss namin ay ang J3, General Romeo Browner. The Chief of Staff then, Chief of Staff of the Scout Ranger then, Colonel Romeo Lim, requested General Browner to visit or to see the troops who at that time were already undecided. So General Browner talked to the troops, informed them na we should abide by the orders coming from the President. However, at that time, there were already officers whom were members ng RAM who opted na hindi na daw nila kayang lumaban pa because they will be fighting Filipinos. And they decided na pupunta na daw sila doon sa Crame. So with that, General Browner gave the instructions na dun sa may iwan to stand to sa headquarters. Then Romeo Lim, the Chief of Staff of Ranger, talked to General Browner na wag nang bumalik sa Malacanang. With that, Malacanang was left with the troops of the Marines na lang. Kasi wala na si General Browner sa kanila, sa headquarters na, at yung Marines na lang natitira. Now, the people from the Rangers at that time started to put or lay some protective or have conducted some protective measure, defensive measures dun sa headquarters. Kasi ang iniiwasan nila, baka mamaya, yung Marines, elusubin ng Ranger.
Ang headquarters nun, sir, yun yung sa
That's it, the same headquarters ng
CMO
reserves, CMO now. Ito yung headquarters noon na katapat ng gas dam. Alam naman natin na at that time, medyo malapit lang yung headquarters din ng Marines. At with the situations, medyo mainit. So, standby ang mga Rangers doon. Ngayon, kung mapapansin natin as situations develop, the government forces now refuses to attack the people until such time na umalis si Presidente. This now resulted to the disillusionment or the dissolve of the training center sa Tanay.
Bakit, sir?
Tinanggal na siya for reasons na para siguro magkaroon ng iisang school ang special units. The Rangers and the SF now were placed in one school.
80...
This is already 86.
86.
And at the same time, Gringo Hunasan, who was part of the groups with Secretary Enrile, was tasked to become the commandant of the Special Operations School.
So kayo, sir, inabsorb ng Special Operations School o
Some of the people or some of the personnels, no, with it together with its equipment, were absorbed ng SOS. I can remember isa rito si Captain Dantes, Faustino Dantes, sila yung mga officer na kasama ko sa training center na inilipat sa Staff Officers Special Operations School.
SOS.
Oo. Ako, at that time, from the training center, I was told that I will be part of a of a company that will be formed. So, I was assigned now as the executive officer of this 10 Scout Ranger Company.
Bagong create to, sir.
Bagong create to, at ito yung Ranger Company na ang deployment ay Bulacan. Because after the February Revolution, medyo kumapal ang Bulacan. History will state na kaya ang nangyari yan is because at that time, during the 86 revolutions, ang mga left coming from the coastal area have started to move. Pumasok na sila sa bayan.
So
No?
pakiano nga sir, gaano kalakas na nun? Kasi yun yung nagsisimula na, di ba sir, 88 yung peak, pero 86, ano na yan sir, di ba? Pag ganun na.
At that time kasi, ang left was able to mobilize yung kanilang urban, mostly to galing sa banaba nila o their naval their naval groups o naval troops nila. Yung mga nasa coastal nila, na-organize nila to ng maayos kasi fully supported to. This was being supported kasi ng mga fish pond owner sa areas. No, as with regards to support in logistics, especially communications and armaments. Yun ang tinotokan nila sa mga fish pond owner, kaya napalakas nila yon. And at the same time pa, siyempre alam naman natin na the then President Cory Aquino have granted amnesty to these rebel leaders, kaya medyo nagkaroon sila lalo ng
How did that affect sir yung yung pag-grant ng amnesty sa rebel leaders? Anong effect sa psyche ng armed forces at that time? Kasi di ba kayo, especially yung class nyo sir, pumasok class 83, kayo lang yung class na lahat kayo pinadaan sa Ranger because kayo yung talagang Texas ba na pansabong. So idealistic kayo everything, pero nung naging ba sir, naging positive, negative ba sa utak nyo bilang warrior?
Actually, the effect was then demoralization. And these demoralizations have resulted into that so-called opening of the minds or politicizing the minds of our soldier, especially the Scout Rangers.
Bakit sir?
Nakita kasi na to na despite of the Rangers' effort, no, na isakripisyo ang buhay para mahuli ang isang rebelde o para maipagtanggol ang bansa, all of this will come to nothing just because of a political promise ng isang leader na gagawin niya. Especially the release of the prisoners, no? Remember, pag-upo ni then President Cory Aquino, even Joma and the rest were all released by the government. Naggamit natin yan o nakita natin yan at naramdaman ng kasundaluhan natin yan na yun na nga, the country is now going to the yellow. No? We call it the yellow.
So, big factor ba yan, sir, sa mga susunod na mga decisions to stage yung extra na ginawa nyo, yung ganon na pag-release ng political prisoners?
On the part of the Scout Rangers, malaking factor 'yan, no? Kasi yun ang palaging pinag-uusapan at that time na sayang ang sakripisyo natin. Ganon din lang pala.
Ganon pala sir ang logic nun.
Yeah. No? Ang pinaka-logic nito is what had transpired in the 86 that led to the 87 was the feeling natin na yung government na pumalit is anti-military. No? Ang feeling niya is anti-military to at makakaliwa to. Pagpapansin niyo at that time, pinalakas ang human rights, no? Parang nilimit ang ng military. Kaya ang feeling ngayon ng military is magrebelde against its own government.
Kasi ang military at that time, talagang sad-sad din sa trabaho, sir. Parang ganun.
Oo. Kumbaga, at that time, while it is true that there have been forces that have been used by the previous administration, no? The Rangers were never been used in such. Pero, ang tingin ng new government is military yan. Medyo medyo lilimitahan natin ang galaw niyan. At that time nga, ang isa sa mga issue na inire-raise dyan was the government's actions on the salary, the subsistence, no? The subsistence allowance, and so on and so forth.
Pakiano nga nun, sir, kasi for value, para ma-estimate ng mga kabataan, magkano SA noon, magkano salary noon.
When the new government took over, walang napag-usapan na pagtaas ng sahod ng sundalo o pagtaas ng allowances ng sundalo. Same lang. So,
why, sir? Did you expect na magtataas o?
Kasi at that time naman, siyempre, ang buhay mahirap, no? So, ang lieutenants at that time was only receiving 1,200 upon entry. So, nung time ng 86, ganun pa rin lang yan. No? So, after mga, kumbaga, when we enter, ang subsistence allowance is 12 pesos. So, after ng February 86 Revolution, 12 pesos pa rin yan. Same yan.
12 pesos, sir.
Yeah.
Sige, sir. Paki-explain nga, sir, anong SA ulit for the benefit ng viewers.
Subsistence allowance.
Sir,
This is the daily allowance of our soldier. No? Hindi naman siguro kung ganun katanda, pero nung panahon na yun talaga, mapag-iisip mo, 12 pesos. Actually, this was increased. And a percentage of the soldier salary was also increased after the 87 coup.
So, after the heroism ng 86,
Wala.
where the military had a huge role sa pag-change ng administration, the benefits
na binigay ng gobyerno is, nirelease niya yung mga hinuli, and at the same time, pinalakas niya ang human rights.
So yun pala, sir, ang
Nag-start ngayon ng ang mga military na yun nga, parang lumalabas na, kasi nga people's power they call it people's power They never told it that it is a people's power initiated by the military. Military had never been recognized during the February Revolution.
No naman, sir,
Ni-recognize yung paglundag, yung pagkabilaan, but basically, benefit-wise, walang nag-grant.
Yet nag-request ba kayo, sir, at that time, after that?
Di natin alam nga doon sa mga leaders natin dahil we are not the one. Pero at that time, sabi nga, makikita naman natin di ba? Bakit daw nagkaroon ng ano ba ang issue ng Rangers at that time? Maliban sa subsistence allowance, clothing, yung ating mga combat boots, mga uniform na hindi naman na papalitan o hindi na ibibigay. So these were all parts of that yung prolonged operations na unsupported. Kumbaga, maraming kadahilanan talaga na nagtulak din sa military na sumama.
So, sandali sir, 86 going 87, di ba sir, from February to you had 10 months na parang honeymoon period sana with the new administration, yung military. And even sabi nyo nga, yung the Rangers at that time insulated during the 86 sir, di ba? Kailan nagsimula sir na yung Rangers medyo sumasama na sa ganyang mga usapan sir?
Actually, the Rangers at that time, even before the 86, may mga officers na siya na kasama. Kaya nga, part of these officers went to Camp Crame during the call of Cardinal Sin that people assembled at Camp Crame. May mga opisyal.
Pero not as a
whole group. Kasi palaging ang ng Rangers at that time is walang iwanan, no? Di ba? That is walang iwanan when we decided when our commander decided to go there, we will go there. Nagkataon na at that time, syempre may mga junior officers tayo na syempre may study nila nando doon sa loob, sa kabila. So na-recruit sila ng kabila. So, they went there. Pero ano lang to, mabilang-bilang mo lang to. No? Very, very minimal. But majority of the officers, especially our enlisted personnel, remain in the headquarters of the Ranger Regiment.
86, sir. 86
during the 86. Kami nga, even in us, troops na galing sa Tanay, we were told na to stay put there at Tanay. So when General Brownell decided to stay put, I was also directed na umakyat na ako ng Tanay together with yung sinabi ko kanina na students who are supposed to join the marathon. At we were told na to advise our commander na wag nang bumaba. So wag nang mag-join sa Camp Crame.
Yet yung 87, kayo
iba na yung 87.
Sir, pwede bang sir, dahan-dahanin natin yung paano for the benefit of Philippine military history, paano dahan-dahan nagganon sir yung Scout Rangers?
Okay. The Rangers now, so binigay na siya sa iisang dutuan together with the Special Forces. Ang umahawak na nun, Colonel Lunasan. So nandoon sila sa Fort Magsaysay. And some of the officers na galing sa training center, na just like Captain Dantes, nandoon na rin. For me, I joined yung bagong organized na kumpanya, the 10SR, na dineploy dito sa area ng Bulacan, no, covering the Region 3. After our deployment, and as time goes, lipat kami ng Bulacan, punta kami ng Zambales, strike ang tropa sa Pampanga. Then, we're told to bring a platoon size sa Aurora Province. So, being the executive officer, I was the one who brought the unit sa Aurora Province. Habang nandoon kami, there have been reports na I have to bring down my troops for the training. Problema, may threat doon sa headquarters nila, hindi sila ayaw akong payagan ng provincial commander at that time. Sabi niya, relieve in place. He will allow me to go down on conditions na may papalit. So I was replaced by personnel from the 14 IB. Kinuha nila kami, pag baba namin, diretso kami Tarlac, kunin lang yung gamit, then move to Fort Bonifacio. Did not stay long sa Fort Bonifacio. Siguro mga alos 3 days. Dinerecho na kami sa Fort Magsaysay. And we started receiving yung mga students who will undergo the Scout Ranger Class 89. Oh. 89 yan, di ba? 89-89 nga siya, di ba?
89-87.
89-87.
Yung 87-87, sir, hindi nyo hinawakan na yan.
Iba yon, ibang grupo yon. Kaya ano yon? Ano yan, marami yan eh, 86.
Kasi trainer yung 10
85.
SR.
Oh. Bali kasi ang ginawang sistema nung panahon ni Sir Hunasan sa Special Operations School, bawat SR class handle siya ng SCAR company. So the first SR company handles the 85, then the 86 was handled by 85 bata is 86 ang first, 87 is third, 88 is fifth, di ba? Handle sila ng ano, kumbaga ang nag-oversee ng training nila, ang mahawak sa kanila is yung SR company.
Simultaneous with the retraining.
Oo, at the same time, yung retraining na rin ng kumpanya.
So, at that time, sir, pagpasok nyong ganon, walang alingaw-ngaw ng anything.
Meron na.
Okay, kasi pa-87 na to, sir.
Oo. Kasi kami, ano na kami, kumbaga, kami na yung last component na kami. Last component, we were the last class na ikakandak. Kasi hindi ba, kinukuha na nga kami ng pinabababa na nga kami, hindi kami makababa dahil kailangan i-relieve in place kami.
What I mean, sir, anong ibig sabihin ng last component, sir? Kayo yung...
Kami yung huling regular class na kasama na maikukumit.
Okay, sir. Paki-explain, sir, ano ibig sabihin ba ng commit? Kasi at that
Okay.
time, alam nyo ba na iko-commit kayo? Alam nyo ba yung pupuntahan nyo? Or ano ba yun, sir?
Nalaman namin na ang bawat klase pala na-involve ng bawat line companies magkakaroon ng partisipasyon sa tinatawag na movement. No? Yung tropa na on test mission, halimbawa, na naka-deploy, they're also committed.
At that time, sir, kumbinsido ba kayo na kailangan kayong i-commit? O tama ba na i-commit kayo? Or
Ganito yan eh. We were told that it's part of the exercise. Exercise.
to what, sir? I mean, this is for history's sake, di ba? So, exercise sa Manila.
Exercise in Metro Manila.
Metro Manila.
So, kaya nga yung ibang estudyante galing ng Tartaro na mga trainee, ang alam nila merong
Malaking rally sa actually
Oo,
nangyayari
exercise.
sa Metro Manila no, sir. Simultaneous.
Isasabay. Kung mga may exercise doon, papakitang show of force sa ano, then mag-a-announce pag nandun na sa loob na Aguinaldo.
Pero ang typical mindset ng officer nun, sir, especially young officer pa kayo nun, ang typical mindset ng officer nun tsaka sundalo,
Away.
away because, sir,
Because of the situation nga.
yung sinasabi nyo kanina,
Oo,
sir.
that the country is going to the left, kumbaga, masyado ng impluensya nung kaliwa dun sa ating gobyerno.
So it was doing the right thing. It was a few good men exercise ang dating, sir, nito.
Ang pinakaano niyan is, we would like to show na hindi namin papayagan mangyari to. Na,
Because of your nationalism, sir.
i-take over ninyo. Because of our ideals. Na nakikigera nga kami, di ba? Nakikigera nga tayo laban doon sa kaliwa. Then all the while,
Nandyan sila sa
ite-take over na nila unti-unti yung bansa natin. Kokontrolin niya nila yung ating military organization. So, yun
Yun
ang
pala, sir, big
yun ang
picture nito.
nagtulak sa tropa para ma-involve. Kaya kung mapapansin o kung titignan mo to, maraming maraming units na na-involve dito. But for our part, ang alam namin syempre yung unit within the 1st Scout Ranger Regiment. Kasi knowledgeable kami dun sa tropa namin dun. While we have some troops sa Mindanao, may participation din siya. Pero limited kasi ang isang problem nga dun is how are they going to be moved sa Manila.
So, ang core group ng exercise na yun, sir, came from
Fort Magsaysay.
Fort Magsaysay.
So, yun ang pinaka, ano niya, main body niya.
Mm.
And this movements and trainings and actions, yan ang i-discuss ngayon ni Sergeant Harata.
Sige, sir.
Oo.
Sige, sir. Sakto. So, bilang young officer at that time, sir, graduate kayo ng PMA 1983. 4 years after, here you are, going to join an, adventure, sir. Anong feeling ng isang young officer at that time? Kasi iba yung panahon nyo ng 80s, sir. Yun yung peak talaga ng communist insurgency. You were trained to be a nationalist. You volunteered to be with the Rangers. Ano yung psyche nyo at that time, sir, na bago, kasi explain ni Master Harata, sir, yung ano. Pero before kayo lumunsad ng ganon, ano, sir, yung motivation ng isang captain na ba kayo, sir? Hindi pa. Lieutenant Dario to join that.
Yun na nga, sinasabi nga palagi na we would not allow na ma-take over ng left yung country natin. And actually, I've talked with my company commander at that time. Isa lang sinabi ko sa kanya, Sir, pag matalo tayo, tayo naman ang mamumundok.